Well, hello everyone. Hope y'all had a great weekend. Uh, we are getting ready to get back into it again, folks. Again, we're only about 2 flights a week right now with overtime on. So, we'll do the best we can with these streams and, well, we're going to have some fun today, folks. I've never done this on stream. I'm actually declaring the APU out of service at the moment. Now, if what I'm going to try to do doesn't work, it's going to magically get fixed. Those maintenance guys are going to be everyone's friend. But hopefully I can do this. And this is inspired by yesterday's flight. I watched an Allegiant flight. I don't know if they didn't have the APU or not, but they used the high pressure unit to start up there at work. So we're going to try it with the 737. Now, granted, they were an A320, so... But anyway, folks, let's, well, you know what? Let's first look outside, and I can already hear people go, oh, well, that's why the APU doesn't work. It says Southwest on the tail. I don't know. I've only seen them 3 or 4 times a year. So we're going to see how this, well, as you can see in the chat there, B4 Attitude already chatting in. We may need some help, but we're gonna blast away at this and see if we get success. So, but anyway, folks, Southwest is sitting on the line. This is X-Plane 12, and you know what? This is one of my favorite views. You saw it in the lead up to this. Look at that, folks. New York City in the distance. That looks really good. I mean, that's the best I've ever seen it. Now, I know you guys over in the Must-Fuss world go, oh, no, you ain't seen nothing till you seen it over there, man. That, folks, is pretty doggone outstanding. Definitely from the world I left of FSX, much better. So, but not only do we have the challenge of getting started, right now it's very low ceilings and visibilities in Chicago. We've had that yesterday, which was wild to watch the aircraft coming in and out of Mid-America Airport. But today, we're going to try it. Oh, look at that. Rampies can't figure out you're not supposed to go under the plane. Anyway, you think you'd put a driver in the seat, they'd learn, but they haven't. Anyway, so we are going to try our best to start this up without the APU and then get over to Chicago and do our best to land it without probably seeing the runway till very close to the landing. If not, auto land. All right, folks, again, Zibo sits on the line. I've had a couple people ask me, have I had it crash to desktop on Beta 9? Well, you know what, folks? This is really the first time I've actually, well, no, second time, strike then. I did fly off-stream, offline Sunday, just a little bit, kind of helping myself get ready for something I want to try here soon. And I'm failing miserably at it, so it needs a little bit more work in the background. But doing a little island work out in the Caribbean, so but we'll leave that as a nice teaser. So, but there it is, folks. Here we go into the cockpit. Let's get this rolling, shall we? As they say. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is pull up my checklist. Now, I could pull this up so you all could see it. But I'm just going to go through it. Now, this is a standard startup checklist. This is not the abnormal checklist that I'm going to do. I don't even know if Zibo has that. I didn't even think to check for that. Let me see. Maybe I don't have much to worry about here. Oh, there they are. Engine start. I don't think they have it. Nope, they don't. It doesn't have the checklist, I don't think, that I'm looking for. Let me see. Nope. So, I'm going to wing it, folks. Sorry for the pun. If it would quit doing that. All right, first thing, though, I want to do is start fueling this bird. So,
Ground flight deck hose is connected and starting refueling.
All right, so we got that going. There's our payload page, folks. I'm gonna kind of try to get this out of the way. Trying to be as careful as I can because X-Plane 11 would sometimes shoot it off and I'd have to somehow rein it in. All right, so let's see here. Let's bring up Sim Toolkit. All right, there you are. All right, so we kind of can see both now. All right, so what I'm going to do is go up here, click the clipboards. There's a great, this is in the default version. There is a Southwest flight plan format out there in SimBrief for those that use the free SimBrief. All you have to do is make an account there. There is one there. I didn't think to try it, but we'll just use the default. It looks better and it graphically looks really good here. So you can see we're coming out of LaGuardia for Midway. We're in November 831 Oscar Charlie. I think that's default with Zibo. Not 100% sure on that, but I think it is. Cost index will be 80, and we're looking at about a 728-mile run, giving the winds and all, which are 232 at 47. So a little bit, well, we are going to have a bit of a headwind, so we'll deal with it. No big deal. All right, and then our fuel, as you're seeing countdown right now, we're going up to 19,704 pounds. Rest of the loadout looks like this, folks. Yeah, 172 people are daring to fly with me today. God love them. Payload of 34,800, and you see the zero fuel amount and a ramp weight once we're fueled. Now, the reason I got this going, we were like at 7,000 pounds, and I do this at real. It doesn't real load people and cargo. That's the one thing I wish I could see in Zibo. Got the fuel reel, now could we get the people to load reel? That would be awesome. And while we're talking here, I am going to go ahead and let them get the plane ready. If that gets too loud, let me know, folks. We'll turn it down. All right, folks, and my wife has a call, so I will have to take a break here. Stand by. All right, folks. Yeah, that could happen from time to time here. I will just keep going on, and hopefully you all can follow. Because I also up against the clock. Being Halloween, being my granddaughter's first Halloween, I'm up against the clock. So, because I got to drive to go see her, and we are going to see her tonight. Go get trick-or-treating. But we first got to get these people to Chicago. So, alrighty. So they're boarding right now. We're still loading. We have 172 people. That came up to 34,800 pounds to reach our zero fuel weight. So we're good there. Takeoff and landing CGs look good. And we're going to press on here and get this thing going. Alright, so let's do from top to bottom. Okay, everyone's on board, so they're waiting on us. That's never a good thing, folks. Okay, passenger oxygen all looks good. 3 green, so that's always good. Electronic engine controls are on, reversers are off. These are the lights that would tell you up here. Service and all that's good. And the excuse me, emergency locator transmitter, or what I used to call an emergency beacon. Granted, I didn't have to do this in a Cessna. You have to in this. You have to arm it, which is kind of weird. I thought that was supposed to be all automatic. Okay, let's go to align on the IRS. Now, I've already moved it.
Fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Look at that. Fuel's in already. Okay, so heading, I set it to heading status to see how long. We go to align. We then take these knobs to nav. Moving down. We're going to just work our way down. Yaw dampers off. Our guards are down on all of our surfaces. Navigation systems are set to normal. Fuel, all pumps are off. We'll do a quick cross-feed check. Okay. Fuel pumps are off, coming down. Get that set to ground power. Okay. And coming down the middle. Lighting is all set. Equipment cooling. Okay, now the cabin, utility, IFE passenger, we do want to make sure those are on. Equipment cooling and exhaust, make sure those are normal. Emergency lights armed and the guard switch over.
The seatbelt sign is on. Please be seated
I wonder
and
if I can
fasten your
turn that
seatbelt.
down. I'm going to find that and see if there's a way.
Just as a reminder, we cannot leave the gate until carrying items are properly put away. All overhead bins are closed and all passengers are seated.
I think I just got to close the door. Oh, man. Thank you, sir. My apologies, sirs, for that. Totally forgot. Ugh. It's been a while. So, okay, so our window heats are on. Pitot heats are off. Anti-ice are off. Electric pumps are off for now. Got the main door open and our 2 cargo doors open. Working down here. Trim air's on. That's right here. Everything's auto. They're auto. This goes to open. And we're getting close, folks. We would start the APU now, but we can't. So, it's gonna be a fun time. Alright, so we're gonna move down here and get the FMC going. My only wish they would make this come out 2D so I could work it better, but you know, it is what it is. Alright, so October 6th to November 2nd. Couple of days. We have an update coming, folks. I hate when it does this, folks. My apologies. Okay, so we are in La Garbage Can. And today is the 31st, so I like to use the left side for odd days, even side, or even days go to the right side. And it's basically so we're, you know, using both ends. I mean, on the GPS, that doesn't really matter. Where it probably comes more into play is with your igniters and how you do your pressurization systems on some planes. All right, so Midway. Flight number Southwest. I think I'm 1571. 1751. That was close. Had the right numbers in the wrong order. Adds up to still being wrong, folks. Sorry. Don't get... Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Can you hear me?
I think I got this in here wrong. Hang on a second. Let me see here. I sure did. Hang on, I gotta disconnect. And I was looking at it, folks, when I went online. Alright, so 1751. Next up. Let's put in the route real quick. Again, and you may have seen it already, but what makes it easy for me to just go. So I really hate when the computer does this. It takes forever bouncing back and forth. N-E-W-E-L. Go out on the chase 60. Out to Ashen. No, I didn't save it. I try not to, so I have to actually go through and put it in so it's in there correctly. I've actually come into them where they've been wrong a couple times. And then bagel. Oh, that's cool. We can stop for bagels along the way. And it will be this one. The reason I knew that, folks, the west was the giveaway. Bagel onto the Pang 3 arrival. All right, execute. Flight plans in there, quick look. Next page. Okay, back to route. And I can't save it, so let's go straight to departures and arrivals, which we don't have a departure, so to speak, but we do have a runway, runway 13. Legs. Alright, we'll clear up that discontinuity. Okay, bagel. I am going to go ahead and put in, I think it was Pang 3 from bagel to 31 Charlie, and I think I'll leave it. Well, hang on, I can look. Can't knock on it. Let me see here. Maybe I can. Half graph. Route airport. 31 Charlie. Bills will work out great. Okay. All right. Hills. Hills it is. All right. What I've done this for, folks, is things could get going pretty quick here once we get airborne. Granted, we got about an hour and 50 minutes. But I like to have as much ready, and I can change some of this if I have to en route. So we're all set here. Last thing I want to do is go to legs. No, ZZ Top is not going to fire up for some of you out there. All right, with legs, we're going to switch up here to plan. And again, I wish we could pull it in, but we can't. All right. However, we don't need much, so we'll just step through. We'll scans. Anchor, it looks good. Making sure we don't have anything looking outlandishly out of the way or discontinuities. And I could have bumped the range up. That would help. But everything looks right. All right. Let me just pull this up again. Nav graph and okay, and yeah, I saw that, folks. Pang, pang, pang. Where are you? There you are. All right, back down. Okay, so from Eggle, oh, that's just a straight on to Pang. Okay, that's not bad. Megs. Awesome. That was not the one I wanted. Step, step, step. That looks good. Ashen. Or Austin. IROC. Gosh, this really irritates me. Don't worry, folks. It would be more irritating if it was only 12 that did this. Where are we at? IROC. Hail. Then on to Hills. Discontinuities. Right on in. Good deal. Alright, and back to route. Okay. Back to map. We're going to go ahead and push out to 20. And we'll be looking at what I was here shortly, folks, when we get to the departure briefing. Alright, so actually the arrival brief for that one. Alright, so there is actually no SID for us out of here. Alright, so continuing on. So we've got the alignment complete. Nice wing shot there. Meant to hit that button. Let's move this back to what you're familiar with. Everything's in nav. Everything looks good here. We'll come down, finish this up. Okay. And let's finish up the FMC. All right, let's see if it puts in the right numbers. Hey, it did. Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't like power flashes. All right, so we're looking at 8.0 for our minimum today, or our reserve. Cost index 80. And double checking, I think it's 360. Yes, it is. Winds 232 at 47. I have attempted to put these in, and it fills the rest in. I'm going to not. Just because I always seem to get it wrong. All right, now, this part I do need to pull TopCat in. All right, TopCat is licensed, so that means you got to pay for it, folks. I've got it bundled with Professional Flight Planner. Another good one, it really works phenomenally with Microsoft. I think that's primarily what it was set up for. X-Plane, I have problems with getting it to interact with, so I just use it for a tool to get my numbers. Unlike the Airbus folks, somebody out there made a great website for you to get the numbers through that site. Here, I think it's because it's a little bit more in depth, but don't quote me on that. All right, so we're at the garbage can. I don't have any way to throw in that I don't have an APU, so well, yeah, you could put an MEL in here, folks. Okay, currently we're going to update, and the winds are 240 at now 5. And 1019 or 30.5 0.08. We're on a dry runway. So let's go ahead and calculate. Right, so they're saying I can derate. It'll leave me with 120 feet or 200 feet. We're going to go with 200 feet. So we're going to be on TO1. And we're going to go 30 degrees for select. And I am not good at explaining this at all, other than it prevents you from having to always run the engine at 100% or better, as you're about to see. So that's a little less wear and tear on probably the most expensive parts of the planes, those engines. By pulling the power back, both on takeoff, climb, it's giving it just a little bit more oomph and less maintenance prior possibly to the big maintenances that occur on them. And I think we're going to do a climb 1. All right, so takeoff. First thing I do is always go to the next page, put in my runway winds, 240, at 5. See that up there? I don't know how this is let me take a look. Not translating well. Here comes the hard part. Hang on, folks. All right. Yeah, that thing's going to be in the way. Well, we'll hopefully not. All right, I don't know how to put the slope in. I've tried a myriad of different ways. Even following that, it doesn't work. So I don't know. So I end up just copping out and not worrying about it. Plus, it's pretty negligible. But the heading is 134, so I'll click here. 134. Okay. Outside air temperature says that. That's what I show. All right. Selecting to that, and then we'll click next page to go back. Click our CG. Why didn't it bring my N1 over? Back it up. Interesting. All right, well, we'll go flaps 15 and let's see what happens. Oh, this is nice. It's not giving us speeds. Why aren't you doing? Is this a little bug within this program, I wonder? Should be D. So I need a different temperature. Oh boy. Well, let's try 31. What the heck? There we go. Ah, okay. Well, appreciate that B4 attitude. Or bad attitude, as I know you've told me in the past. All right, so now we're getting numbers. Okay, so 15. Let's see if it matches up. It sounds like it's probably, well, it's actually pretty doggone close. For 31, we're getting 138, and they're showing 136, 138, and 144. We're just going to go with their numbers. To me, close enough. Clear. And I'll turn that off. Now we're going to go to the middle here and get these numbers plugged in. So 144, I go V2 plus 10. I like a little speed under my wings, because things happen, as we all know. Okay, 134, and since I haven't looked, I'm going to go with my top altitude for now, unless told otherwise by ATC, which I do not have, although the towers are trying to come up. Alright, so let's pull this away. Top Cat, where are you? There you are. Alright, so we put in our speed. Heading is automatic, and we're going to set to 36,000. And we'll leave the rest for now. We'll turn the flight directors on. Let's start with that one, then that one. And I'm just going to set this one to the progress page for now, and we'll worry about it later. All right, so that, folks, gets us ready. We're already boarded. We got our FMCs up. Let me put our fuel flow switch. Reset. All right, we are set. Passengers are on. Push back and start. Well, first thing we have to do out of here, folks, is start the plane. We cannot push back and start with this configuration that I'm trying. All right, so I got to go to ground services. First off, close our doors. Okay. Waiting on it to stop there, and then we'll check the overhead. And there goes the ACU.
Ladies and gentlemen, the boarding doors are closed. Flight attendants prepare doors for departure. Cross-check, verify straps, stand by for all call.
All right, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Now, just making sure that door closed. All right, so here we go, folks. How do I see my pressure now? Yeah, we'll get into Discord voice.
Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I am fantastic.
All right, well, I know you've got some tips for me here. I can see my pressure to start off with, so this is not good.
Yep. Okay, so first off, go to your overhead panel, and you're going to turn on your... You're going to turn off your engine 2 bleed.
Engine 2 bleed, okay.
Engine 2 bleed.
It is off.
Alright, next is you're going to turn off your packs.
That's a normal, okay.
And the recirc fans as well. You want to turn those off.
Hey, they are off.
Alright, next is you're going to start engine number 1.
Here we go.
And you should be getting engine 1 to
now.
spool up.
We're spooling. We're up to 17 almost. Here comes the fuel. And we got a light
Now,
off.
Alright, beautiful. As soon as that is good, go ahead and start pushback.
Go ahead and start the pushback then. So let's
Go
get this
ahead.
done. Last
You
time it
do
really
not-
went crazy.
Hey, Ken,
Really?
Let me know where you want this thing.
Yeah, we'll see if it does it again. That was quite hilarious. I was in Reagan and it almost put me on runway 1.
Oh, jeez. So the thing about air starts is you cannot start engine number
Great news,
2
Captain. Your tow's coming.
until push is complete.
So I can disconnect now from the high pressure.
You can now disconnect ASU, air start unit.
Everything gets pulled off now.
Yep. So the reason why you cannot start engine number 2 until pushback complete is because you need to push engine 1
Oh,
to 50% in 1.
gotcha.
Because you need to create enough bleed air to shove into engine number 2 to start.
Gotcha.
And you're not going to push 50%
All right. Looks like the doors and hatches are closed.
when you're
We're
trying
ready
to
go.
push.
This is gonna be fun.
And this is real procedure too. This is how a real cross bleed air start works. So the fact that they actually managed to simulate this is absolutely incredible.
I mean, I watched it like I said, I watched it last night, and I'm like, oh wow, I gotta try this.
Yeah, it's the same procedure in A319, A320, 737-700, 800, 900, 747. It does not matter. It is the same procedure regardless.
You're ready to go.
All right, this is the only thing I don't like. This gyro doesn't come back to life real quick. The standby.
Right? Yeah.
Hold the cage for some reason. All right, so start the pushback.
And hopefully
Here comes the pushback.
they were able to update.
Well, I've got the
push.
new one now, so
Yeah.
this is going better. I'm making it a little complicated. I'm going to have it push back and then pull up to the hold point.
Nothing wrong with that.
And before I get going, I got to remember to start up Mac Air's ACARS program so I can get credit for this flight. Okay, start turning anytime, guys. Okay, good. All right, so getting pushed back here, folks, and then once we're lined up, and I know we have a delay here, we're going to try the crossbleed startup number 2.
So the reason why you turn off bleed air to engine number 2 is you don't want to risk the air start unit shoving air into engine 2 as well and taking away from engine number 1.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense. So.
And I just got hit with 3 ads.
Oh no.
It's fine.
Yeah, I had somebody ask me if I was getting crashed to desktops with beta 8. Was it 8 or 9? I said, I haven't flown 9 yet.
I've had no issues with 9
Right,
at all.
Pulling up.
I did have a couple crash to desktops, but that was because my Windows, a file on Windows got corrupted. So that wasn't on X-Plane.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
All right, brakes are set. I gotta wait for the tug to go away or start it up.
Give me just a moment.
Nope. Wait until the tug gets disconnected.
Brakes are set though. All right, I don't need
Because again,
this.
you're adding throttle
That's
to
gonna
engine
push
number
on it.
1. Yup. Well, it's not just that. You gotta remember, there's on a real pushback, you have wing walkers. So you don't want to risk them doing walking back, you're throttling up, and something goes wrong, and then they get sucked in.
Yeah.
So you typically do not start engine number 2 until after all equipment is clear of pushback.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the left.
So
Take it
this
easy and
would
have a
be the
safe
same
flight.
thing as doing this taxiing. You would stop, set brakes, start your engine. Because I know a lot of single engine taxis are going on now.
Yes, that is very true.
All right, there goes the tug. Come on, show the pin, show the pin. Don't get on my cross brace there.
I kind of wish
Perfect.
they would have the tow bar pushback option and not just the tow bar less.
Yes, and V1 was asking, because some people get the tow bar, and I don't know how they switch it. I tried switching it and it crashed the desktop, so I'm not doing that.
Alright, so go
we're
ahead.
Good to go. Throttling
Yep,
up.
so go ahead and turn on your bleed air now to engine number 2 after you throttle up engine number 1.
Okay. Bringing the throttle up. Alright, there's 50%. A little better.
Alright, so bleed air, and then select ground for your start switch, engine number 2 start switch.
Okay, I'm only showing 30. Is that going to be just shy of 30, or I need more?
Nope, that's fine.
That's fine? Okay.
That's fine. 30 is good. So go ahead and turn on.
Here we go.
You should get spool up now of engine number 2.
We are seeing the numbers rising. There's 17%. Here comes the fuel. I know it's going to be around 24. There it goes. Lit off.
Alright, and go ahead and you can bring back engine number 1.
Oh, wow. That is awesome. Well, part 1 has successfully completed. We got the engines going. Now we got to get into Midway. Right at minimums.
Oh!
Yeah, I told you, this is one challenging flight. Yeah, yesterday we were
And
at
no
minimums.
auto land. And no auto land.
I know.
Because Southwest Airlines does not do auto land
Oh, no.
on their aircraft.
Oh, so we can't auto land. This is going to definitely be fun.
Well, there's a reason why they have the HUD.
True, they can. Yeah, do I have the HUD on mine? I didn't. I can turn it on.
You should.
I haven't used that in so long. I'm going to. Let me go over here real quick. Config. Display. I think it's no, not exterior. Dummy. Systems.
Yes, systems.
South Cow. Yeah. Okay, it's not on page 1.
Yeah, it is. Very
Is?
first option on page 1.
HUD. Duh. There it is. All right, back to home. Get the people saying welcome aboard. Get my Mac ears.
Suggestion. Change your altimeter.
Oh yeah, I plan to.
Okay.
Yeah, I remembered it was like 3008 or something on Top Cat. That's all I can use Top Cat for, is just getting numbers. So I can't hook it to the system or anything. ACARS.
I know, I don't. That's why I don't use Top Cat anymore, because it doesn't work with X-Plane. And it's like, really, guys? Top Cat could be so much more powerful if they could put it on for X-Plane.
Exactly. Come on, Mac Air, load up a little faster. Right, where's my mid? There it is. Okay.
By the way, did you hear about INI builds?
I heard they're not wanting to do much with X-Plane, or gonna come back to X-Plane after Musfuss contract is taken care of.
They're starting to port the A300 V2 to X-Plane 12.
Nice.
They just announced it, so The A300 is coming. I hope they decide to bring the 310 as
Yep.
well.
Yeah, I got Hawker 125 I work with, and he's got the 310, and right now is, of course, not able to fly it with 12 unless he stays on 11.
Yep.
All right, so there, start flight. That's going now. All right, so we get credit for the flight. All right, let's see what we can, kind of trouble we can get into now, especially if I left the altimeter the way it is.
Oh, trust me, having the wrong altimeter is not fun.
Let's see here. Good, it is setting on both sides. Ah, I should have set this in the beginning. Well, we're going to come down to 50 because I got a feeling I'm going to need it that low. But we'll set that appropriately. What? There it goes.
So you said all that on pushback.
I meant to do it beforehand and got rushed.
Oh, is that for the okay, gotcha.
For my minimums, radio, and all of that. Yeah, I usually try to
Yeah.
get that all set. When I do the checking of my legs, I pick those two up, and I just got hurried. Okay, we're reset. We're good there. Let's check my little checklist here. Oh, I know what I got to do. Get back up to the overhead. Packs on. Normal. Recirculating valves on. Engine pumps on. Wait a minute, they were on. Fuel pumps are all on. What did I say for 600? All right. Okay, I think everything's in place. There. Oh, this jumping around. Announcements are done. All right, let's see if we can't get this taxied out of here. Which way do I need to go? Is that Bravo Alpha? No. Take Bravo. Romeo. No. Oh, we're going all the way. Oh, I see where 13 is. I had the wrong runway in my mind. Nice to see the trucks actually stop now.
They've had that since Extreme 10?
They never stopped an 11 for me. They'd always run me down.
Oh, really? They've always stopped for me.
But I always attributed it to why they stopped at 12 is they actually put people in them in the default.
Ah, fair enough. But yeah, no. And I noticed in Extreme 10 that they stopped, and it's like, I like this feature.
Alright, I gotta get off Alpha over to Bravo. Actually, we'll get off here at this. Flaps where I want them. Of course I can't read from there. Yep.
Traffic.
How do I have traffic besides ground vehicles?
Wait, what do you mean?
The TCAS just went off. Like, I don't have airplanes around me.
Ah,
I don't think SMIGS is in effect right now here. It's a clear day. If we had it at my airport, we would have been in it yesterday. And most of this morning.
I didn't think TCAS worked on the ground. I thought it was disabled until you got up in the air.
Mine just went off, but
Are you on TARA?
oh yeah, I always do that automatically, otherwise I will forget.
Fair enough. That's why, because typically on the ground, you would put it in
TA.
TA. Or not even TA, just before that one.
Oh, okay.
For mode Charlie. Just to broadcast where you are, and then as soon as you get into the air, then you flip it, or once you're on the runway, then you turn it to TARA. That way you get the call outs when you're in the air. But you're not getting yelled at on the ground.
Oh, yeah. We had a nice little conversation because I couldn't get the Airbus to squawk mode C, and it ended up being a button I would have never dreamed of.
Yeah. Airbus is weird.
Yep, there's an American pushback that's not colored American. Model matching at its best here.
Right?
Alright, anyone coming in on 2-2? Nope. I had 15. No, I'm at 10. Alright, fun part's coming, folks. Actually, here, this is not bad. About an hour from now, it's going to get real fun.
That doesn't look terrible, actually.
This is not bad. Here,
Nah.
yesterday, they were 250 to 300 foot ceilings. 7/8 of a mile, which I wanted to squawk with them, but I know I'm just a vehicle on the runway, not a plane. Because I had 10,000 foot runway, I could see all the way to the end. So that's 1.5 miles at the minimum, 2 miles.
Yeah.
But I know it goes off something else. And they didn't have the RVRs going, so they must be out of service, and I didn't know that.
But man, X-Plane 12 looks so good.
Yep. I watched the video and now I got to figure out how they do it. The Fearless 747 in X-Plane 12. So I got to figure that out here in the next few days.
Don't have to feed this, but I've heard good things about it.
I love flying it. I don't do the INS, but I do the FMC. Alright, here's runway 13. I'm going to bring her into a stop, make sure I got everything ready to go, because I know 2 switches need to be thrown. That one. And I don't know if LNAV will come alive. Nope. Auto throttle on. Just one last check.
I see one thing you haven't hit yet.
Which is?
RTO.
Oh yeah, that would help too, especially on this runway. It's kind of wet at the other end pretty quick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's only 7,000 feet long. You got EMAS and then all of that water you see.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, fun runway. Here we go. LaGuardia traffic, southwest 1751, departing runway 13. Oh, I know one thing I haven't turned on. I'll give them a second.
What's
Wing
that?
lights, the wing lights.
Well,
Don't need
wing
them,
lights. Yeah, I was just gonna say those are optional. Oh, turn your engine start switches to continuous.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Do you know why that's done?
so they're continuous ignition on takeoff.
Correct. Basically, anything goes wrong and decide, hey, I'm gonna shut down. They'll continuously fire and try to restart.
Okay, so we're at 80, cross check good.
80 knots.
And I just realized I didn't set my trim, but I always end up adjusting on takeoff anyway.
V1 rotate. V2.
Got to set that, almost screwed me up and I almost did it.
Rotate. Positive rate.
Alright, out of here would not
400,
be
gear up.
smart to make a hard right turn. I am really shocked they don't have a SID for this one. JFK so close.
1,000.
That is interesting. Although, I'm guessing the reason why they don't have a SID though is they want to be able to vector you around JFK airspace.
And I turned the wrong way, so we went right over JFK. Get up above 3,000, I'm not going to have to talk to them. Alright, let's nose down a little.
But of course, that's just my guess, so could be wrong.
Alright, where's the city? Nope, can't turn yet. Oh. Alright, real quick. Wrong. Okay, flaps, auto brakes off, and we should be clear of the city now. Nope, not yet. Oh yeah, we are. intercept. Alright, there's almost 10,000 feet. Oh, I didn't have the landing lights on.
10,000.
Shame, shame, shame. Alright, so we're climbing through 10,000, lights off, and we'll be nice and turn the seatbelts or smoking off. And there's that irritating flash.
To Advantage in One World members. If you are not an Advantage member, you can sign up at aa.com/join to earn miles for today's.
You know, I will say it's not as predominant, as prominent as Beta 8.
Oh, well, all the other betas was bad. That's still really flashy. People were telling me it's because of the clouds. I'm like, I don't think so. There should be something right down there. That might be it back there. But anyway, we're on our way. So, cool. Climbing up to 340.
So what do you think of the default A330 so far?
I have not tried it. I tried the Citation 10 and it crashed the desktop setting the flight plan into it.
That's been fixed. That no longer occurs.
Ooh, I'll have to give that a try because I heard the... Got my auto brake on?
Setting 1, yeah. You did it one too many. You hit it twice.
Okay. I have not tried it. I do want to give it a try just to say I tried it.
I've given it a shot, and holy crap, is it well done. The FMC is very, very, very different. So if you need help trying to figure it out, let me know.
Is it like a normal Airbus, or do they even change that from being a normal Airbus, big dude?
No, it is a true FMC in a Citation X.
Oh, really?
It is a custom FMC that is in the real aircraft.
Oh, I may need help, but I'm going to dig into it here soon. That was nice. It looked like it stopped flashing when it did that. Cool.
Keep in mind, there's no auto throttle in that aircraft, per se. So you have to kind of run the throttle yourself, but there is autopilot.
I don't mind doing that. I fly 727s. There's no true auto throttle.
This is true. And center tank is empty.
Got it.
Oh, you can turn off continuous.
I would have never thought 80 on the cost index would put me right up against the red line. I didn't add a 0, did I?
Oh, made the cost index 800 max.
No, it's 80. Wow.
Wait. Southwest doesn't use 80.
Oh, they don't?
They use 35.
Make a note of that. I like knowing those things.
And actually, if you change the cost index now,
It won't.
it will change your climb.
It should
18,000 feet.
bottom it out a little. I'm trying to remember the cost index. Oh, it's been so long since I changed it on. You said 38?
38.
Oh, that looks so much better. Oh, I gotta get my standard. That looks so much better. Oh, and I didn't go off.
And now you're gonna pitch up insane. Instead of moving the throttles, it will just lead off the airspeed, which is really neat.
I wouldn't want to be in the pack when they did that. Although we just went through watching an aircraft do 2 rejected takeoffs, so I feel sorry for those passengers. Same aircraft.
For what?
Something to do with parking brake. Beyond that, I don't know.
Interesting. Alright, that should help immensely
I
with
am
your climb.
no longer close to the red line. I'd even save some fuel. That's fine.
Yep, because now you're in. So, you
yeah,
know
we're
what?
up.
Yep. But yeah, Southwest typically runs about 35, 40 cost index. They never run 80.
I remember someone over at FedEx said when this was with the bigger heavy jets, 80 to 200, depending on the flights. But that's the bigger, heavier jets.
Oh, 80, 200 is typical in 76, 75, triple, 330. Because they're just trying to cross much quicker than what some 37 is trying to do, you know, intercontinentally.
Oh yeah. Well, that is good information to have. Let's see, put that in some of my airplanes. I like it when SimBrief gets, instead of giving me my first time out in 8, I'm like, no, we're not doing 8. Let me see how this works. Okay, how do you come down?
What are you trying to do?
Get the heads-up display so I'm ready for it in Midway.
Oh, you gotta click at the top. It will turn into like a
there it is.
hand.
Then you pull it down.
Yep.
Where's my hand? Oh yeah.
There you go. Now it's all the way down.
Oh, explain. Can't make things simple. Trying to restart
Right.
just so I know how to use it when I get closer to Midway, since auto land is not an option.
I do wish though the HUD had better symbology on it. Especially for landing, because standing symbology isn't the greatest.
Well, hopefully I figure it out again. It's been a lot. I used to do this with PMDG, so hopefully I can figure it out.
Yeah, well, this HUD is nowhere near what PMDG has. Just a heads up.
Oh, it's been so long I wouldn't know, so 3
Got
years
it.
at best.
Ah!
Yeah, I haven't been back to PMDG or any of my Microsoft stuff since coming over right after the release of MustFuss.
Let's see, I haven't been on a Microsoft product for... So I tried MSFS, didn't like it. The last time I actually was in a Microsoft product was back in the FSX days.
That's where I was.
So it was funny, I went FSX, P3D V3, P3D V4, then X-Plane 10, and been X-Plane ever since.
Well, I came over, my other computer ran out of memory. I'm going to try some things. I just watched the video on to see if it comes back. Worst case scenario, it's still dead. But when I bought this computer, I thought, what the heck, give X-Plane a try. And oh wow, it's really good. And now this is out. They got some work to do with the clouds, but they actually look a little better.
Oh, they look superb.
Man, I'm not fully set up too on clouds, I think. I think I've got it back a notch. So
I'm really excited. I'm ready to see what the MCDU for the A330 looks like.
alright, let's do a flyby. Not bad. Oh, too much on the noise. Much better. Yeah, those clouds are getting better. I remember when they first came out how they still got work to do.
Oh, yeah.
But first generation of them doing them like this in 3D is not bad.
It's really not.
I mean, I will give Microsoft Flight Sim, they came close to getting me to come over when V1 took off from Fort Lauderdale with the hurricane. That was just some downright outstanding weather for a flight sim default.
Yeah, the big thing that really turns me off from Microsoft is they're more worried about what the world looks like and not the aircraft themselves.
I know they've actually been improving. I've watched some of the stuff, and V1
That's
puts
why
the Airbus through some serious failures, and it's fun to watch.
That's what I've heard.
And he does, he's made it to where it's starting to get tempting. I just don't know, well, he's a real Airbus pilot, so he would know what needs to fail to cause that.
Right.
But that's cool when he shows those things off. Yeah, a little bumpy up here. I don't remember that in my brief. Hang on. Where is my maps? Not until I got over by Midway am I supposed to start seeing any turbulence. They lied. Alright, where are we at? 33? They could stay in their seats a little longer.
Honestly, I leave the freaking seatbelt sign on the entire flight.
I've done that.
I don't trust this weather.
But yeah, this is so far so good. Zibo's doing a phenomenal job.
Oh, it's amazing. I wish Level Up would put out a freaking update. Like, at least give us an update to flying X-Wing 12.
Yeah, I never got the level ups. I know they're basically just giving you all the other 737s, but and a little bit of an update to each of them. But yeah, it's coming. I mean, I'm still waiting to make sure I know how to update Fearless because I can't wait to run that in 12.
1,000 to go.
All right, let's get the PA ready. Okay, so far so good.
Okay, so yeah, so I just tried it. For your runway slope, it's going to be D 0.1 and then the heading.
So, oh, okay. So you
D
put
for
D or
negative
U.
D or U.
Okay. Because Airbus is either down D or U for, yeah, and then the number. Okay, I'll try that next time. Because I have been struggling with that. They don't make it
Yeah.
easy in that little diagram what you need to put in. And I know
No,
you
they
should know how to
don't.
do it from ground school in a 737.
But at least it changes the takeoff speeds.
It should depend, like if you're going down, that's going to help. I don't know. I'd like to see. I know it's going to give them a little bit.
Alright, so
I've never had to worry about it in a Cessna, so.
5-degree flaps. I got V1 120, rotate 121, V2 135. So if I say up, V1 is now 121, rotate is 121, and V2 is 135.
So stayed pretty much the same. Where is my seatbelt?
V1 went up 1 knot to 121.
All right. Hang on just a second, folks. I'm a failure, folks. At doing laundry, I missed something. CEO's.
What'd you do?
I forgot the CEO's pants. Oh well. I'll get them tomorrow. All right, we are on our way. Cruise altitude set. That looks really good out the window.
Oh, that looks superb. So I just did down for a down gradient slope of 1.5%. V1 went down to 119.
Oh, wow.
So it does make a difference.
nice window shots. Can I go out the plane yet? Is there somebody in the seat here? Oh, look, there's people.
Oh,
And there's Austin on the TV in front of him.
Oh, you must have the 3D people option checked.
Yeah, I do. It makes it look fun when you look back from the cockpit and see them back there. They don't have to, I know. It's just a little eye candy.
Yup.
All right, back up to the cockpit. All right,
Flight deck. Technically, it's called a flight deck in civil aviation.
Let's see here. Go here. Oh, look at that. It's already got it in. We're going 3-1 Charlie. We'll be on flaps 40. This one, I don't know.
No, flaps 30.
For a 6,000 foot runway? We double check, runway 33, yeah,
Fairly certain.
I got 6,500 foot.
Okay. Typically, Southwest Airlines only reserves 40 for emergencies.
And NNC. Don't know that one. Speed brake, auto. Wet. I don't know what this minimum gross weight. I don't know. What is NNC? Can I check?
Click on it.
I am. Does nothing. It's kind of like yesterday looking at the flight board of what was coming into our airport. Said departing the right airport, arriving us. Status, no. What does no mean?
Is it no or is it supposed to be number?
No, it was no, because the other ones would say in the air, departed, arrived, whatever, but it would say no. I was like, what the heck is this?
Wait, what airline is this for?
Allegiant.
Ah.
All right, we're gonna forecast.
Well, there's
landing
your
weight.
problem.
Where is our landing weight? Estimating 138.4.
Your problem is you're trying to fly Allegiant.
They're not bad. This is in meters. It should be in. This is not looking good. This is really not looking good. Ref.
I'm confused. What are we looking at?
This is the landing performance.
No, not auto. Southwest Airlines never uses max auto.
Well, we may have to into here. According to this, I do. Unless, let me see. We drop that to 0. Back it off to 3. Still off the end of the runway.
Wait.
Unless I've got something set wrong. Let's try getting these winds right. Let's see.
Check your MACG, your center of gravity. Make sure that's right.
Get the weather in there right too. Where is their sky vector? Sky vector. There you are. All right, so right now it's 200 overcast, a mile and a quarter. It's 020 at 4. Where's the winds? Temperature 14. QNH, of course, you want it HEPA. See if I can put it in. 2983. Still showing us off the end. I don't know how to check that. Let's see if Top Cat will help out. CG for landing is 26.5 per 26.2. How to set that any different? We'll come back to it as we get closer. Maybe that's what it takes. Be nice if they told us how to use that. Alright, so Pang 3, Charlie. Alright, so Meg's at 11,000, 10,000, awesome. Hale 6,000, those 5,000. Looks pretty decent for me.
What was your Nandy weight?
Estimated off SimBrief 138,420. Those are good. Let's see how eggs, awesome. Right, Megs is 11,000, so we got to put that in there. $10,000, awesome. Hale, page 6,000. Go any speeds. Oh, okay. Okay, got everything looking good now. Oop, oop. because for right now we're at 144. Let's see how that bleeds down. All right, so there you go, folks. Again, welcome to Flying with Mike. Thank you for being a part of us. We are flying Zibo into a very interesting arrival for Midway. It'll be coming up here shortly, but we'll give you a little intro to what we're up against. So now the winds have changed again, which I expect this far out. So not bad. Overcast at 400. That is actually okay, not great. But yeah, this ought to be a fun arrival, folks.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
Mike. I know how you can do this.
Okay.
There's an option to set max manual.
What, in Top Cat?
No, in the tablet.
How do I do that?
Basically,
Oh, there it is. Wish I knew what that one was for. Let's go to 0 for add.
what? Oh, oh, the NNC.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. All right, let's next page. Hey, we're within the limits now. I really wasn't going to get too overly concerned until I got a lot closer. So, and let's get some frequencies up here for the fun of it. All right, see, we are coming up to Tyson. So DJB's 13.6. Alright, then after that, get that plugged in.
Now there's a radio piano I haven't seen in a while.
I actually like this one.
Do you?
Yes, because I can, over here I can, you know, throttle it through the GLS, the ILS, and the VOR. What's this one here at Phillipsburg is, where are you, 15.5.
I prefer just having the old nav radio because it's basically all those just in one without having to switch it between the different versions.
What did I do? I think I shot an approach, and this would have been obviously 11 into Vegas, and I really had a hard time getting it to tune in on the normal radios. I got it on this one, and boom, came right in on the approach. I don't know if it was that MLS they have or whatever out there. I somehow got onto that, and and from then on I just used this radio. All right, what's my distance? 1.
Alright, hey, I gotta get going to work. I will be home in like 2.5 hours.
We'll be on the ground, so hopefully. Either there or in Detroit, one of the two.
Well, have fun.
Thank you so much.
If you have questions about the air start, let me know, and I can definitely give you more help with that.
Alrighty, sir. Well, we appreciate it getting us through the first hurdle of the flight, and thanks again for being on here.
Yep, and I'm glad it worked out for you with that air start.
I love seeing that. I love seeing what the real guys do and make it work in the flight sim. What happened here? Oh, okay. All right, sir. You have a great one.
Yep, you too.
All right, folks, that was awesome. B4 attitude, or as he told me once, it was tried to be bad attitude, and it ended up having to be that way. Helped us out getting the aircraft started up on a air start instead of the APU. So fun times. Hope y'all enjoyed. Hope y'all learned. We will have this on video for YouTube at the end of the flight. So we are now standing, 200, are we that close already? 267 miles from top of descent. So folks, that was awesome firing up there in over in LaGuardia. So like I said, if you want to learn how to start using these planes more, folks, you're in a sim. Guess what? You can make mistakes here. You ain't hurting anyone but your pride. And even that, you're in a sim. I mean, really. So, hope y'all had enjoyed that. Because I know I sure did, firing it up. You know, these planes aren't always 100% in the real world. They sometimes break. They have parts that break. But yet, the plane can still go. Hoping the Top Cat comes alive here and gives us an aircraft profile we can use that we can pop MELs in, so that way we can begin to reduce fuel or add fuel, add or decrease takeoff landings, and so forth. So fun times as we begin to experiment into this. But that's part 1 of the challenging flight today. Part 2 is still ahead of us, getting into Chicago. And Chicago right now, 400-foot overcast. Good thing is, I think it said 4-mile visibility, so that's cool. But and I was just told Southwest does not fly with Autoland. So might even try out the HUD that we've put on in flight. We do a lot of stuff with the mechanics in flight, get the stuff going, and also it's now installed while we climbing out. All right, folks. So I hope y'all have had a great weekend. I hope Halloween, All Hallows Eve, is treating you well. And as we get ready to push into now the Thanksgiving and Christmas time frame. So Mr. Boeing is not hang on a second. All right, yeah. Well, unfortunately, Mr. Boeing guy that loves to see the Boeings on here he is at work, so I know things can be a little busy, and he's missing all the fun. Just like I missed all the fun he had yesterday, and I couldn't get Twitch to work right out of Deer where I work, so it would just be a stalled screen. So I know that's on my part, because I've even gone to some very heavy partners streams, and they do the same thing. So, oh well. So, but we are in 200 miles roughly, going to begin top of descent. So let's start looking at this, because like I said, folks, a bit on the challenging side to get us in there. Let me get this set up on my end. All right, get these all cleared up. All right, and let's get Sim Toolkit back up here. There you go, folks. You are now seeing the Pang 3 arrival. We're going to, like I said, we're coming into Bagel. So this is our initial, and we're going to fly it basically along the line here at Haley. We turn for Haddon and Hills for the 3-1 Charlie ILS approach. They do not have Cat 1, Cat 2 here, folks, or at least that I can tell in my charts. That don't mean anything. In the real world, they very well could. But again, we're flight sim world. So let me kind of, up here you can see that the D8 now D8 folks, if you go to, let's see if I do it right, to this website, and you click up there. Matter of fact, you know what, I have been very remiss in, I'm in Cleveland's airspace and they haven't pinged me, I think. Hang on, let me pull NavGraph away. I'm shocked. I am on. Well, let me get over to them. Hang on a second, folks. I just happened to notice that. What are we on? 1987. 875. Hang on a second. I don't think I need to do anything. Cleveland Center, Southwest 1751 with you at flight level 360.
Southwest 1751 Cleveland Center, squawk 5764.
5764 for Southwest 1751.
Delta 5580 cross runway 22 left, taxi via Yankee to the ramp.
Okay, cross 22 left and Yankee to the ramp for Delta 5580. Appreciate your help today.
Thank you, American 2576, contact Potomac approach 1985.
1985, bye.
57. There we go.
Southwest 1751, you're ready to contact 20 southeast of Youngstown, flight level 360, welcome.
Cool. All right, so we're on board. And we will wait probably for him to descend us. So we'll do our best here and get this going.
And Cleveland Center number 2 to Sierra, can we take intersections here for takeoff?
That is fine. The wind 2008 to runway 24 left Sierra, clear takeoff.
For left at Sierra, take off 2 Sierra.
Alright, turned it down just a little, so hopefully I don't miss anything. Alright, so back up here to this quick rundown. We're going to do it down and dirty. Don't look for it to be FAA. Again, D8, if you click that link that came up for D8, go up there, locate your facility. If they show D8 on your charts, it'll give you the ATIS for where you're going in at.
Eagle Center, Delta 227, do you want me to go direct Jamestown?
And
Delta 227, if I didn't
these
get
are
it,
your
I'm sorry about that.
requirements
Clear
over
direct
here.
Jamestown.
Again, we're going bagel,
Roger, direct
hang,
Jamestown, Delta 227.
eggs, awesome, and you can see the restrictions. IROC, Haley, Haddon, Hills. From Hills, we join the ILS. Again, there's our DATIS frequency. Don't show them up yet, but we'll see as we get closer. Our potential frequencies to deal with, but then we have our ILS, which is 109.9. There's your identifier, India Mike X-Ray Tango, and your final approach is 318. So at Hobble, which is right here about 4 to 5 miles out, we need to be at 1,700 feet, which is about 1,000 feet above the ground. 1,100 feet in that ballpark. ILS will need to be at a decision altitude of 863 feet MSL, 250 feet AGL. So we got to be real careful on this one. 620 and 615 for the touchdown zone. If by chance we do go missed, procedure is climb to 1,100 feet.
5,000 going up to 6,000, climb BS.
Then we're going to turn left to 2,100 feet on a heading of 150, then intercept the 001 radio to EON, and we'll hold there. Actually, we hold it EON for whatever the ATC says. Okay. Hills, mandatory 5,000 feet, and then we should be getting on the ILS pretty quick, the glide slope. Okay, and then finally here's the vertical, 4,000 at Gleam, 2,500 at Runts. We have to be at 1,700 feet by Hobble or on the glide slope. Okay, and on a 3-degree glide slope, looking right now, flaps 30, air conditioning on, we'll be on wing and ice. Right now I'm looking at about a 156 approach speed, folks. That is early ballparking it. So that will mean on our chart, call it 160, about an 849 foot a minute descent. We'll be watching that. Our LLS is our approach lights. It kind of, this will be neat to see briefly, but we'll be able to see it hopefully in replay. Reels and a PAPI on the left. There's our missed approach again, and here's the most important part. We need at least 3/4 of a mile or an RVR showing 40 or greater. Altitude for the ceiling above 863 or 250 feet AGL. Any of those don't work out, folks, guess what? You don't get any help with having a HUD or not here. This is it. So, yeah. The pretty much that we're right just about at minimums here, so it's gonna be fun.
To Juliet Sierra, Clicker, Jamestown, Juliet Hotel Whiskey.
Clear direct, Juliet Hotel Whiskey, Juliet Sierra, thank you.
I'm just switching into the map so you can see all the blue, folks, if memory serves right. No, the green. Let me look at it again. Hang on. I think the blue are the VATSIM guys. Anyway. Oh, there's all the green. So yeah, the greens are VATSIM, blue is Sim Toolkit, and this down here is actually POSCON. Atlanta is up on POSCON. Alright, once we get to about right here, folks, is where we'll start our top of descent. Alright, let's get this out of the way before I forget. And let's get our heads into the cockpit here. It's gonna be fun. All right, let's take a look in the back again. Clouds are looking a little better in Beta 9. Yes, they are. And it always seems to be bouncy. And I'll say another thing. The wing flex is looking a whole lot better. A couple of versions back, I want to say, I think the last time I flew this plane, 6 or 7 was the beta, and that wing flex really looked like the tips were like bent up holding this plane, and I'm like, that's not how they really fly. And it looks like they've got in there and worked that out. All right, back into cockpit. Actually, you know what? Let's do a flyby. All right, now, I made mention in the beginning of this, folks, tomorrow's stream. I am really looking for this one. I looked forward to in many ways because of trying a couple of new things. Well, one, I have no control, well, I kind of do, was the weather. But the other being that starting to do some abnormal work with them. Problem with doing abnormal work in the flight sim, I don't have a checklist to work off of what to do, how to do it, and so forth. Airbus is a little easier to work a cross-bleed start because you can actually turn the switch cross-bleed over. So, but I was wondering how it's done in the Boeing, and wow, that was fun. Now we got the flip side. We're going to try and land in the kind of weather we have up ahead of us here. Still 3 miles, drizzle, 400 foot. So you see, folks, we're really close. We're about 150 feet above minimums at this point, and 3 miles, which is plenty. We're good there. So it's going to be fun, to say the least. All right, and distance out now. 150. DJB is 20 miles out. Okay, right there. Then we're going to start tracking. I'm going to go ahead and set up for the outbound.
Currently 9127, the State College altimeter 3003. 3003, currently 9127.
I'm curious if the volumes work in here. I mean, they are so well modeled in the Fearless 747. That's why I'm really looking to bring it to X-Plane 12. I just can't find anything out there what I need to do. If it's just a simple get the latest version put it in X-Plane 12, run Skunkcraft, I think it is, and update it? I don't know, but I can't get any documentation to tell me that. So we will, as always, just, you know, work with what we have to. If we have to do it in X-Plane 11, that's fine.
This is just Blue 48 for 22, ready for taxi.
JetBlue 48 and 22, Cleveland Center, runway 23, taxi
And the
to
Flying
Alpha,
with
cross
Mike
runway
mascot
14.
is making himself known.
Runway 23, taxi.
Hang on a second, folks.
Crossing runway 14, JetBlue 48, 22.
Cleveland Center, American 666, reporting moderate turbulence
I'm
in the
back,
aircraft
folks.
level 350.
The mascot had to speak.
American 666, Roger. That's the
Poor
first report
Winston.
I've had today. If you'd like to try into their altitude, let me know.
I don't like noises in the neighborhood. So, just get back down here. And let's see.
Dash 1142.
Dash 1142.
May I leave the cockpit for like 2 minutes?
That's fine.
All right, we just crossed over Cleveland, headed towards Chicago. Let me run some numbers here real quick, just to make sure the aircraft is calculating correctly. 11,000 at...
Center number 2 does here. Can we take flight level 370?
Number 2 GOC, climb maintain fold 370.
1002 does here, thank you.
All right, Bagel.
And aircraft taxi, Cleveland Center, be step runway for just 3 minutes.
All right, so okay, we're I think not looking right here. Oh, maybe we are. Okay. Yeah, we are. Megs is... Yeah. Okay, we are. So that's a good, pretty close to a good number. And looking at... Yeah, we'll be outside. So at Ashen, we'll begin to start looking at our...
1142, back in the cockpit.
Student sector away.
Alright, so folks, sorry about that. Just doing some quick arithmetic. And basically what it is I take the altitude I'm at now minus the 0, so just 36. We're going to 11. Again, drop the 0, so 36 minus 11 is 25. Times 3, boom, that gives me approximately 75 miles. I add 10 to that, so call it 85 miles. And then I will come down at about 2,000 to 2,300 feet a minute to make sure I make megs at 11,000, and then we just work from there. So that's how I do it, and I got a multi-million-dollar calculator here from Walmart, and if you believe it was multi-million, I've got a bridge in Phoenix to sell you that'll cross the Pacific. Anyway, simple calculation, about 100 miles, you know, about 85 to 90 miles out is when I'll start coming down. Still getting tossed about. Let's see what this cloud formation looks like.
Cleveland Center back on frequency.
Dash 1142 back in the cockpit.
Thank you.
And I mean, the clouds are still looking pretty good, folks. From the ground up, spot on. I think they look phenomenal. Top, you know, they're still kind of a little rough on the edges.
22 flight runway heading runway 23 clear data.
Runway heading 23 clear data.
And would be a good time now, folks, to start putting predictions in if you're into seeing how well.
42 contact Potomac approach 119.
We are gonna fly as long as we can with the, you know what? I want to try some here because I got rid of it. Oh, there it is. So we're set to go here, and progress page says 96 miles. Okay. So let's get over here. All right, so descent, we're going to enter our... We got a few more miles to go. We actually should get out of his airspace. Should. I'm figuring right after Ashen, which is... still not showing up here. We should be out of his airspace. Alright folks, so you've seen the weather. You know we're overcast at 400. We're showing 3-mile visibility. So it's going to be a fun run in. Let me plug all these new numbers in. Alright, so...
Cleveland Center, Delta 227. I'm going to have to disconnect for a while, so thanks for the service today. Appreciate it.
227, not a problem. Have a good day. We'll see you next time.
We're up to 15 now on the temp. Where's my temp? There it is. 2983.
Cleveland Center, friendly 9127. I'd like to put a approach request in. D127, go ahead with your approach request. Yeah, I'd like the R9 into runway 14.
Okay. Alright, so we got that all plugged in.
The Rosalie intersection. And for the R914 and from the Rosalie intersection, for lane 9127. JetBlue 48822, ready to contact clear direct Geneseo, Golf Echo Echo, climb maintain hold 350.
Direct Geneseo and climb maintain 250. Just before the
American 666, contact Boston Center 134.7.
Contact Boston 134.7, American 666. Thank you very much for the service. See you next time.
Bye.
Cleveland Center, good afternoon. Southwest 53 on the ground at Detroit with Bravo IFR shooting.
Southwest 53, Cleveland Center, hello, stand by for PDC. You can plan runway 221 tonight.
Alright, PDC 22 left, Southwest 53.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the ATIS on my end. real world. Yes, these guys do sometimes change up from the real world, so be cautious of that. So we're definitely on a wet runway. They're showing 360 at 64 miles, drizzle, and 500 foot as of 16:53. Oh, what time are we at now? So,
Friendly 9127, clear to Rosley.
and everything else, oh, we're up to 16 degrees. 2983, okay. All right, Toodly-doo is off our right wing. Top of descent is now showing up on the nav display. So again, hope y'all have had a great weekend. Got to spend it yesterday out at the airport. It was an okay day. Not like our Friday out there. That's why there was no stream Saturday. It was a very long day with the flights. Alluded to a little bit by some of the problems earlier on. But other than that, yeah, it was not a bad day. Now we're going to take our hand at flying into some of this fun weather we've had here in St. Louis, but we're going to be doing it up here in Chicago. So thankfully the weather didn't delay, although I think it did delay maybe one of the flights outbound. Don't know though, just seemed to sit on the ramp quite a while, so that might have been, could have been a weather delay, could have been something else going on in the cockpit. I don't know. I was out doing a airfield inspection, so. Yeah, it looks like we're in for some fun here if the sim.
Southwest 1751, Lee Meyer Space, Chicago Center is offline, or service terminated, frequency change approved, good flight to Midway.
Thank you, sir. Southwest 51, switching over to Unicom. Y'all have a great day.
You too.
Okay, let's do that real quick so I don't forget and go blup 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 on his channel. All right, so we're back on Unicom. We're on our own. I don't see Chicago like he set out. I don't see any of the towers. So that's where that D8 comes real handy, folks. Real handy. You can pull it up, see what the real world's doing, plug the numbers in like we're going to do yet again, because the ATIS is going to be more accurate than the METAR. That's updated more often. So let's pull that back up here. Let me just do a quick refresh. 360 at 6. And you get to it, folks, what we're working on. This is your home page. Go to fuel. I haven't figured out most of this yet. But for the landing, we can put most of this in. We know 3-1 Charlie. This one I can't change. We know it's wet. Mainly because of this right here in the code of 555. When those are up, you know you're wet. We're 16 degrees. Wind 360. I don't know if it's going to take it that way or not. We'll find out. 360 at 6. It did. Okay. 2983 still. Yep, still showing that. Now we're going to fly flaps 30. Air conditioning on. We're going to have the anti-ice on. Max manual brakes. Let me see what that one. Let me see what that one does. Yep, we need to go to max manual. Okay. Don't know what NNC, speed brakes and reversers are auto in both. So now it's adding 5 in, so we're looking at a VREF of 150 And we're going to eat up 1,608 meters of the... What is it in meters there? Hang on a second. That one, I don't know. I just know it's a 6,500 foot runway, so 1988. So we got about 300 meters left. Oh boy. I think we're going to set them to max. Oh, did I say that out loud? Okay, so let's get in here and get this plane set up, shall we? We're under 40, so I'm going to set my descent to 11,000. Auto brakes all the way up to 3. Okay. All right, we are still inching our way along here. Let's see. I don't have any VORs to tune in yet. Just go there, and what I'm going to do, come down here. 1099, I believe it is. Okay, so switch that to ILS 10990. And it's ready to go with the box. I'm going to go ahead and plug it in here. No, I'm not going to do that. Now I'm going to plug it in. 10990. Just on the outside chance, we're going to have to put it in auto. Even though we were told Southwest does not do that. Okay, let's pull nav graph out of the way. Crossing Ashen, we're now about 20 miles from top of descent. Okay, checklist. Engine starts to continues. Okay. And we'll get our descent going here, and I'll show how that's done. It's actually a little tricky here, I'll be totally honest with you folks. You know, with Airbus, you pull the knob or push it, one of the two. Other aircraft, you just let it, so forth. This one, you actually click the intervene button, and I'll show you where that's at, so you're all able to do this. This is actually kind of cool. But of course, if we need to go into what Airbus calls an open descent, where you're not letting the aircraft manage your descent, you can do it very easily here too, just like you can in the Airbus. It's actually not a difficult process. Okay, so let's go to home. That was not the one I wanted to click, folks. Dang it.
As a precaution, keep our flight attendants seated for a few minutes. Make sure we know, what that ride's going to be like before they get up. Also appreciate it if everyone would. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we are descending. Seatbelt sign is on. If you happen to be up and about, please return your seat. Keep your seatbelt fastened for the remainder of the flight.
Okay, we are going to start that. So what I'm going to do is switch in here to the middle so you can see it all. We've already got our stuff to continues. We're going to begin our descent. Now, altitude intervene is this little button right here. All you do is click it. There's where our I hate when it does that, folks. Sorry. There is our projected glide path. It's just like your glide slope you're used to seeing on the gauge, like right here, that you want to keep here, and the crosshairs, you know, like that. And it'll come down as we get closer to the predicted top of descent, and then it'll steepen. Is that up here? Again, APU is not working, so we'll wait at the gate for them to hook in ground power, and then we'll shut the engines. We'll shut one down just so they can work a little better around it and keep the other going until they're there. But that's a long ways away, folks. The projected parking spot that we were given was Bravo 3. Let me see if I can see where the heck that is here. Okay, so we're going to come in. Hopefully we'll be able to get off at Bravo and come down the November ramp, cross over at Papa to head to our gate, or all the way, we'll see. Yeah, this could be fun. Been saying that the whole trip, folks. This could be fun. We're starting our descent now. Go ahead and pull the power back and approach. Right now it's not a lot of traffic out here, folks. We do have probably this bulge here is possibly some thunderstorms ahead of us. Heavier rain either way. So yeah, we got that staring us down, but that's no big deal. All right, so about an hour and a half we've been in the air, and the fun is about to begin. What's that indication? Alright, so what it's saying is top of descent for Awesome is right after Megs. Duh, it's 10,000 feet. Okay. And here comes the flashing again below us. So my apologies to those that could be susceptible to seizures and all because of the strobing that X-Plane is doing right now. Really wish they would get that fixed. Tell us the settings so we can get it, you know, fixed, because that's rough. We'll come down to this. That makes it a little. Not to say that it won't start up in the cockpit here soon. All right, let's. Speaking of which, all right. So pressurization set, anti-ice will get set right now. We'll get the wing ice on to be safe. Approach brief we've done. IAS bugs and all are set. They're about to be. Let's go over here. Oh, I hate that. Oh, I really hate that in X-Plane. 46. Alright, anyway, Theo, welcome aboard. You disable real-time weather. I've seen that told to me a couple times. Doesn't that kind of take away from what we're doing here? I mean, we want to fly in the soup. kind of need the real world, because either that or I got to turn it on and globally fly it, I thought. So hopefully X-Plane figures this out, or figures out what's going on with their weather engine. But yeah, I appreciate that. Alright, well, we're letting the plane do most of the work right now. We'll be dialing in our ILS probably up by a Haley. See what we're doing here with Sim Toolkit. Okay, we're starting to approach where that area is showing up as heavier rain. Okay, sure our seatbelt signs are on. I think they are. Okay. All right, we're coming up on 18,000. We need to set to oh wow, so hard to read.
$18,000 feet.
Okay. All right, there's standard. Alright, so we got the VREF set. Let's get in here and check, make sure I didn't miss anything else. Hey. Okay, we're coming up on it right now, folks. Megan is just ahead of us. Or, yeah, Megs. 275. I'm going to dial this down one notch. Okay. Alright, here we go, folks. We'll be slowing to 250 here soon. Actually, I'm going to dial it down to 240. Yeah, I told you, now it's going to affect us in the clouds.
To go.
this up. Okay, I'm curious if it's going to drop our speed. Should. Next one is 6,000. Yes.
1,000 to go.
Okay, so it is slowing. Okay. Okay, set a heading of 3. $318, my bad. Okay.
feet.
Right, I'm just getting down, folks. I want to make sure we're at the right altitudes at the right point. All right, so 6,000 at Haley, 5,000 at Hills, which is our initial onto the runway. So again, for those, please, my apologies, that are susceptible to problems with strobing lights and all. Trying to keep it to a minimum here. Yeah, I hope they really do address this at X-Plane, because this is serious. I mean, people that are susceptible to seizing on this, they're playing this. I think that's an automatic lawsuit. Let alone the fact we're getting really beat up out here, folks. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and tell them. Get the flight attendants in their chairs. something here. How far out is Hills? 15-mile final. Okay. All right. We need to be at 5,000 though at Hills, but
1,000 to go.
all right, I'm going to go ahead and start slowing to 220. All right, here we go, folks. We're starting the intercept course to the ILS. Again, it's 19. 18. Okay, there we go. IMXT. Perfect. Got our indications. All right, final checks. Okay, let's go ahead, arm up approach. See how bad this looks. It's really getting tossed about here, folks. Right down to 5. Let's get some flaps out. All right, folks, again, my apologies for missing in the chat room there. We are coming in here, showing the outer marker. Wow. All right, I don't think so. Kick it down.
$1,000 to go.
Perfect. All right, let's get slowed. All right, so we're at flaps 1. Let's go to 2. Okay, here comes 5,000. We're on approach. Glide slope is starting to come down, folks, I think. Stabilizer isn't moving yet. Here it goes. Sure, nobody's online. Midway traffic, Southwest 1751 over hills, inbound 31 Charlie. Okay. Gear down.
Gear down.
Going to flaps 30.
2,500.
Okay, I'm still letting the autopilot do most of the work here, folks. As I know at this point, I will smooth it up.
1,000.
500 is the starting to see the ground. Barely seeing the ground.
Five hundred. 400.
Approaching minimums. 300.
300.
Minimum. 200.
200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Yes, folks, I think I dropped below minimums. Southwest 1751's clear of 3-1 center. Alright, we definitely need some practice at instrument flying. Good day to do. Wow, that was a great approach. And we'll kind of watch it in slow motion if we have to and see. I'm pretty sure I was below minimums. So the virtual FAA is coming after me. Or they'll say, look at the tail. Sorry, folks. I know a lot of people would say that. Alright, so we are taxiing in. Looking at my charts. I am going to go all the way down to... We got a run. Is that a run coming up? Yeah, we do have a run. Yeah, we got to cross over and then go over to Quebec. Okay. see any. I forgot to bring the heads-up display down too. Dadgummit. Had them install it in flight, folks, and didn't use it. Okay, crossing 22 left. Oh yeah, this is definitely a challenge into here, folks. You want some challenge, here you go. Short runway, crappy weather, and yeah, I think we're going to find out. We're hopefully we'll be able to do a rewind here. Okay, so B3. Right there, folks. Right, let's kind of slow up because we can't kick the APU on. We're going to keep it going for the whole trip. And we are going to kill the lights. And now they haven't fixed the jetway issue. E3. Okay, brakes are set. All right, let's get up here, shut down our anti-ice. Get our beacons back on. Okay, can't turn those. That cannot be turned on. Okay. Off. Okay, get that right. Thought I did, but let's double check. Okay. Landing lights. Okay, we'll get that next. Okay. That's one thing I wish it would do. The Airbus, in telling us what that heading trim number is on the this page right here, folks, flight control page, is really helpful. Watch me blather and it's there now. Nope, it's not. Okay, weather radar's off, position lights steady, parking, APU bleed not gonna work. We're gonna shut down to set the chocks. Yeah, the only other thing I didn't work with was cabin lighting. Dang it. Connecting our GPU. Okay. All right, and been shutting them down. There you go, folks. Again, you can see how funky the jetways look. I don't get it, what causes that. Hopefully, there, see it works right, but it doesn't get them all yet. All right, we'll get that out to the plane now. All right, we are there, folks. Let's unload. Actually, let's turn around. Pop that door open. Oh, one neat thing. I forgot to show it off that you can do with this. Oh, you can't on. Oh, yeah, you can. There is, right behind us, folks. There's our door. So we can see the camera that's on these planes, so you know who's there. I can go to this way, see what's towards that door, the galley door, or to this door, and see that it's open. I know, cheesy stuff, but you know what? That's kind of cool. Turn the power off, put that back in center. Okay, and then up to status. Good deal. All right. Enough fun. Let's first get credit with Mac Air. Mac Air brought us in at showing us at 600 feet a minute. I could believe that with that landing. I'm not sold on what Sim Toolkit's showing. And we'll go ahead and go through our look at Sim Tool. Let me see. Do I got? Let's come off ATC. Approach came up just as we landed. Oh well. Well, we're coming off, so that way we're not a problem for them. But yes, folks, we are definitely at minimums here, unless my altimeter isn't set right. Okay, Sim Toolkit. Okay, and here's what we gotta do. Here, finish the flight. Okay. Okay, so you just go here, click view details, and then view landing report. Oh yeah. Like I said, folks, I was really nervous. You know, I'm kind of glad I landed there, because this plane would not have stopped right. All right, so, well, folks, while a legal landing, I am past the threshold line. Not really suggested, folks, in the real world. But are on the numbers almost, though. 118 feet down the runway from the threshold, which is right here. Definitely don't want to land in the displaced area. Okay. We were on the center line, though. We're only like 0.5 off of it, so we're only a few feet off of it, if even that. So that was good. Landing speed fast. I think we should have slowed up a lot more than we didn't. Pitch was good. Everything else looks right on, folks. Sim Toolkit's giving us 367. So we're going to Fingers crossed, we're going to be able to watch this. But this is a real good tool, folks. And again, Sim Toolkit is free. Okay, let's get rid of Sim Toolkit. Here we go, folks. Fingers crossed, we're going to be able to rewind. Yes. Okay, now I want to take it outside because all the jetways just fixed. Go figure. It's a miracle. And let's take it back to here. That's kind of funny. To here. Oh, look, everything's open. Uh-oh. I don't know if I can fix that in flight. Let's try. Okay, let's go back to the ramp. And look, the jetways went back. Now watch it not do it for us. All right, let's try again. Hallelujah. Okay, we're going to go back a lot further. Okay. Here we come.
1,000.
Boy, is that not horrid. Okay, up a little bit.
400. 300.
There's minimums. Actually, that is runway environment right there. See it? It's below the aircraft, though. Pause there and see where we're showing. A little further. Boom. There's minimums, folks. It's close, folks. Really close.
$300.
I mean, technically, I'm going to back it up one more time.
$400. 300. 300.
Okay. Legally, yes, I can now see runway environment. I will admit, I did not see the runway till 200 feet coming in on that approach. At this angle, I can see the runway and the approach lights. So The good thing is that considers it a legal landing.
200.
Hopefully we're on the right runway. Yep, here he comes. Oh, that was pretty cool. All right, well, I'm going to say pretty good landing, folks. Even though I really think I was below minimums, I think legally I wasn't, but technically I have to see it. So, or the pilot flying. So we'll call this a pretty good day of flying, folks. Let's go back a couple more times. See how the passengers saw it. Oh yeah, we were sure. We landed pretty short. Oh. Not bad, folks, I will admit. Not even worth trying a tower view, folks, because I could barely see the tower to start with. But listen, you know what the heck? We're not going to see it, not from here. All right, folks. Well, as the music goes on, we're going to go ahead and call it what it was. It was a good landing, below minimums. The virtual FAA will have a heyday with me. I ain't worried about it. But anyway, that was fun, folks. If you missed it, this will be on video here in the next couple of days on YouTube. A fun flight. Thanks to B4 Attitude. For the assist in the air start that we did, or air start starting the aircraft, not the APU. So, and we are not on the APU in the gate either. So that was fun, folks. My first really give it a try doing something that's failed, and that being the APU. It is possible now, folks, in these aircraft to do things like that. So again, fun times, fun approach into here. Wow. Just all I'm going to say. Wow. Again, probably below minimums for the pilot, but I think it's one of those you're going to toss a coin up because, yeah, technically when we stop the video, stop and look, yeah, 250, you can see the runway. Does that mean you know, it is what it is. Folks, it's the simulator. We can do as we please here. We can be as real as we want, massage it as much as we want. So, as we taxi back to B3, actually, we'll just kind of teleport our way back. I want to thank you all for being a part of Flying with Mike. It has truly been a fun day flying. We get in here and make sure things are moving up. There we go. And I hope you all have a great Monday, great Halloween. Be safe out there, folks. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a nostalgic flight. I'll warn you ahead of time. We're in the 727 X-Plane 11 because of that. And we're going to be flying out of Vietnam. So it's going to be fun on a nice nostalgic cargo run in the 727. So really looking forward to that. That ought to be a blast. No, we do not run the air compressor here on the ground for this. That's for the high pressure start. But we are in the gate at Bravo 3 on a very nasty day in Chicago. So y'all have a great day. Be kind to everyone, and look forward to seeing you tomorrow. All Saints Day. God bless you all. Have a great day.